On today's episode, we're going to look at the four public figures who almost met the end of their careers, starting off with Shebeshit. Before Shebeshit became an artist, he used to be hustling on the streets, and the hustles weren't just normal hustles, but risky hustles, breaking in people's houses, mugging people, and doing more dangerous acts, including being a gang member. Shebeshit is one of the artists that doesn't hesitate to do something, doesn't take disrespect lightly, and does what is actually feared for in public while everyone is watching. These are videos of him slapping fans, or should I say discharge of firearms. Usually faces lawsuit if victims opens a case against him, such as when Sagarse once said Shebeshit was once arrested for shooting someone's hand and he bribed the complaint. Few years back, he was facing charges of attempted murder and assault after allegedly firing shots at the family home. Even today, Shebeshit has never made an apology video based on his unacceptable acts, but rather clarify on his social media in what truly happened and what provoked him to do what he did. Shebeshit's fans and the public have accepted him the way he is, even after every new video of him assaulting a fan. The people won't be rooting for him to be cancelled, but make fun of the situation. Moving on to the second artist, Scott Maphuma. Scott Maphuma was invited as a guest at El Tudo's podcast. What was supposed to be a simple podcast turned into a worst nightmare for Scott Maphuma. Just a simple question from El Tudo, then Scott Maphuma started to offer him. After this podcast, fans wanted nothing to do with Scott Maphuma, giving him the space he said he wanted. Users on the internet started sharing videos of Scott Maphuma getting ignored by fans, users sharing their opinions and others rooting for Scott to be cancelled. After this started to affect Scott Maphuma's bookings and the record label he signed under, the record label decided to release an apology statement to the public, and Scott Maphuma went live on his social media page to apologize.
Ora ka yung mga Khatman?
Pagkwatid pala ko straight.
Frustrating. Pagkwatid. Coconut sorry.
Ubafa forgiveness. Wow, kopela forgiveness.
Yeah, bawang kwatid sorry.
Serious.
Misunderstanding.
Usa ula mga kawaya ka wena.
Serious, misunderstanding.
Pare, Wi-Fi. Ako kuna hali wena.
Like how can I Scott's already the attitude? How can I? So,
Decided already. Wasaren na vana.
Yeah, peace my chance.
Honestly, the apology still had my attitude inside. But moving on to the third artist, Shandesh. Shandesh is the best of the best. She's really good in what she does, being a vocalist. Her rising gained a lot of momentum in just a few years, being loud from rural areas to the urban areas, but sometimes forgetting who she is, and sometimes not preparing what she'll say when she gets there. In the name of being raw, almost messed up her whole career, and not just once. Her story is similar to Scott Maphuma's story, being featured on a podcast and failing to understand and communicate with the representative of Tshwane FM.
Kompo ko wena irauring, what does it mean to you?
Kompo ke music wa Limpopo.
Yeah, to you personally.
Mara ke tore Kompo ke.
Why do you create Likompo music? Why not Amapiano? Why not anything else, any other genre?
Did you understand what you was? Mara ke nna ke sa understand.
Ke wena o sang understand.
Kompo ke.
No ko wena, what does making Likompo music mean to you as an artist?
Actually, I'm trying to say Kompo ke. Not monna.
Moe bon, ke le ja hape akere. what does making music wali kompo mean to you as an artist? Why usakhetha any other genre like amapiano, any other genre?
Okay, ke bono kar ke trend ka yona.
Oh,
Yeah.
which was the first track that made you trend like that, and you felt like, you know what, I think I want to go in it full force?
Yes.
Which was the first song that did that for you?
Lomon.
Kyaning yona?
2018.
What had inspired the track?
Kamara lomor ne ke bolela ka Marathi. Ne ke
The most.
yo. I was in love. Ne
Oh,
ke bolela ka motho ne ke jola ka le ena.
Okay. Most definitely. What would you say was your big break within this industry? What would you say was your big break within the music industry? You know what? No, people know me. My fan base is also growing as well.
I think it was 2023, 2024 when I released Almond.
The questions that were asked by the radio presenter were straightforward. After this episode was dropped on YouTube, it was shared all over the internet. Some other comments were very supportive and other comments were criticizing Shandesh. And as always, she pulled up with the apology move and all was now a thing of the past. It doesn't even stop there. Shandesh was once booked in Botswana. After the gig, she returned to South Africa. She started a live video and during the live, she said words that later backfired.
Wena o ka taka mo ka dikobo tsa Nike a o mohumi ngwanaka o mohumi o ya South Africa o tsere di-million dollar
O di tšere kae bjatše? Ba go f-
wena o tswelela le tsena ka mo South Africa wa dipaka wa re ke dikobo tjago tše dintshwa ka mokana tsone ke dikobo tjago a o tsena ka mo o phasitše ngwanaka o to re boela le Mazda ape bahumi ba mo ba reila Mazda o ka thakana le koloi re Haval o mmatšhela matsoka gore ke billionaire
Ne maaka wa mfuna. A gona di-Mercedes tse
Makile.
dingwe? A gona di-Mercedes?
bona
A gona BM?
o to thakana le Mazda tše 50 until o ya gae o ka re ba leka wa thakana le Mercedes Benz wa thakana le Haval e re o tseba re thakana le bahumi ba bangwe tota
The people of Botswana were very upset about what Shandesh said about their country and how she compared wealth in South Africa and in Botswana. The people of Botswana made videos and others attacking Shandesh through comments. Then it was alleged that she was suspended from visiting Botswana for a period of time and she pulled up with the apology move. Then the rest was history. Last but not least, the uncancelable. He confidently said that staring straight at the camera.
This cancel culture bullshit. Dude, let me tell you guys something. You've been trying to cancel us for years. We are uncancelable. You
Period.
cannot cancel us.
No one can fire us.
You cannot. You can try, but you won't succeed. You're either going to have to kill 300,000 people, and then there's no more chillers.
Meg G has been through it all. He's been through the most, being the edge of destroying his own career. And not just once, but multiple times. Being sued 30 million for defamation, the Minute Lamini controversies, the remarks he once made about the LGBT community. Let's dive deeper into this. In the early 2021, both Meg G and Sol Penduga were dropped by sponsors, Old Mutual and Amstel, after making transphobic remarks and using derogatory language targeting the LGBT community on their podcast. Their statements were widespread condemnation for being hateful and offensive. And 2 years later, a 13 million defamation lawsuit was filed by Nkosazana daughter in July 2024. Meg G insinuated on air that the father of Amapiano artist Nkosazana daughter's child was not Setrill but Master KG, which led her to file a 13 million defamation lawsuit. She demanded a retraction and apology. Though Meg G issued an apology later, he also accused Setrill of being a deadbeat father, escalating the legal and public and followed by the controversial remarks about Minnie Dlamini. MultiChoice ceased broadcasting the podcast on their TV platforms. Deputy Minister Mapaseka Steve Litsike publicly condemned the remarks, and although Parliament decided not to summon McG, DSTV's removal of the show signaled the cost of provocative content. McG offered a public apology and invited dialogue with Dlamini. And by that's how we close this episode. See you on my next video.